I grew up in Cuba, in a little town near Santiago de Cuba. That town is called El Caney. 4 generations, my family lived there. And it was a bittersweet childhood. I can say that I had those nice moments playing, having love surrounding me. But a big secret in my family was like a shadow overcasting my entire childhood because my father committed suicide. And when I was a teenager, my father's sister, my aunt, that I was very close to her, committed suicide. But nobody wanted to talk about it. You know, I had so many ghosts and shadows inside of my mind. And schizophrenia was in my family, but nobody knew. Because at that time, in a little town in Cuba, I don't think that they got even a clue of what was going on. But I remember that I asked him, and he said, "Yes, I hear voices, and I don't know what to do with them because, they are real." And I heard voices too. So I understood him. When I was 15, that was the last time that I went to see my father in a psychiatry ward at a hospital, and he was given electroshocks, and I didn't have the tools, the consciousness, the awareness, the understanding of really being able to deal with that. I just saw a human being empty. There was no consciousness, no emotions, so I couldn't connect with him, and it was really hard for me. I was hearing voices, negative voices inside my mind. I was having nightmares. So I remember that when I was 15, my mom took me to a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist just put me on a prescription pill for a year. And after that year, I said, you know what? I think that pill could be an option, but I need to do something about it. Whatever I put here, if it was good nutrients for my brain and my mind, I was feeling hopeful and I was feeling better and happier. And I surrounded myself with people that I understood were optimistic instead of reinforcing my sadness or the depression. And it really worked out. And that was when I was in Cuba until I was 29. When I left Cuba, that I had access to internet in Canada, I started researching about schizophrenia, mental disorders or brain disorders or all kinds of conditions related to the brain. And I became obsessed to study how the human brain functions. And I understand that if I have a bad thought, a crazy thought, that's not entirely me. I believe that there is a component beyond the medical treatment in schizophrenia that it has to be with education and creating positive voices that can influence and override the negative ones. So if you are that negative, I have to let you go. You can visit me and I let you go. Well, one of the things that I believe it totally works, it's breathing. Releasing the automatic control of our lungs, it takes your stress down. Just breathe. Be conscious of something that will take your attention from that negative situation into a positive one. Go into listening nice music. Go into focusing your attention in something that is positive. And, little by little, it takes a lot of discipline probably at the beginning, but little by little, it becomes a habit and create a very secret garden instead of a desert inside of my head. So that's why I've been able to, go to university, graduated in Cuba, been a successful broadcaster, not only in Cuba, in Canada, in the United States, and now being an activist and talk freely about this, inspiring people to go out of the fear and embracing the huge opportunity of making a difference for their lives and for the lives of their loved ones.